Girl. Shh. Okay.
Sarah Orcutt has her hands full. The real estate agent and mother of 3 tries to lighten the load by ordering groceries online.
3 has sent me for such a loop because you have more kids than hands.
On December 30th, she placed an order, and her husband noticed something. The delivery driver going down their long driveway wasn't really a driver at all.
He's like, Sarah, are you expecting anybody on a bike? And I said, no. And he's like, are you expecting anybody? And I said, yeah, I placed a grocery order, but I assume that they're not delivering it on a bike.
Their delivery biker, a man named Jonathan, delivered 20 pounds of cat food, a gallon of milk, and about 30 other items on a bike. Orcutt got his name and snapped this picture of him after finding him on Winding Beach Road in Chesterfield County.
I said briefly, I'm like, do you do this every day? And he's like, yes, ma'am. Like, he was just so kind, like from the first words out of his mouth. And then I just said, in the cold? And he's like, yep, every day.
She wanted to help.
I couldn't help but think, and I wasn't assuming like the worst of his situation, but I couldn't help but think that the time of year being the holidays, it's cold, that he's just out delivering groceries on a bike because he just simply enjoys it. I just was like, there has to be a way that I can help this man.
Orcutt turned to Facebook asking if people knew Jonathan's story. Her post was shared almost 900 times, people commenting things like, I saw him pick up an order from Costco one day that included a ladder, and he was so kind, and when I saw the bike, I went back and tripled my tip. But no one knew who he was.
I just kind of let it go a little bit and figured maybe one day somebody would come across him again. And during that time, a lot of people said, but if you find him and there's a need, I'd love to help with you.
A few days later, Orcutt ordered again. Jonathan would be her deliverer.
When I saw that he had been assigned to it, because there was a picture with their name, that I was going to talk to him that day, because I'm like, you know, I've got to know more about this guy, and this can't be pure coincidence.
She struck up a conversation with him. After learning about his family's financial situation, she reached out to Facebook again and started a fundraiser. The community responded, raising more than $14,000 in a day.
In 24 hours. I mean, the community just said yes to a complete stranger.
Orcutt also made a GoFundMe for his family. But it wasn't just the money that made a difference. It was a listening ear. Someone somewhere who wanted to know his story.
He kickstands his bike and he starts coming back up the hill from where he was walking to. He's like, Sarah. And I turn around, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I just have to tell you this. He's like, thank you so much for listening to my story. He's like, there's not many people in this world that would.
Jonathan is still delivering groceries. Thanks to the community's kindness, he has been able to pay off his electric bike and order a car to make delivering groceries a bit easier. The GoFundMe for him and his family is still active.
I literally got goosebumps. $14,000.
$14,000. And everyone that commented on her first Facebook page, no one knew anything about this gentleman, but said that he was one of the nicest people that they had ever met, that they had ever talked to.
And finally, she broke through that sort of silence to make a difference.
She was the first one to just say, hey, who are you? And look what happened.
That is a lesson right there.
It's amazing. It's an amazing
story. Thank you.
Yeah.